Arsharae, and I'm back with another video. I'm sorry that if you like watch all of my videos or whatever, I'm sorry that I did not post on Saturday. I had a lot going on, and on top of that, I was sick. But let's just get into this video. This is a Love and Hip Hop New York, season 10, episode 8. In this episode, Erika is shopping, and Tahiry shows up, and then they start to talk about the wedding. And Erika said that there were some people that weren't supposed to be there, but her main focus was on, of course, Jonathan. And she says that he basically crashed her wedding because he wasn't supposed to be there. Um, Erika said that there were no plus ones to her wedding, and even her friends or Safari friends that were married were not supposed to bring. excuse me, excuse me. We're not supposed to bring anyone else. So the fact that Yandy bought Jonathan was a little bit disrespectful to her, and she felt like Jonathan should not have been there. Like they're just going back and forth about the wedding or whatever, and then she tells Tahiry that Jonathan actually DM'd her or whatever, and they were talking, and he said he wants bygones to be bygones, but she kind of didn't like the way that he said it. But at the end of it, she decides, oh, I'm gonna invite him to my party. And she said that and Tahiry is just like not feeling Jonathan at all. And she basically feels like Erika shouldn't invite him to her party. And she says she feels like when it comes to this whole Joe, Sin, Jonathan whole situation, she feels like she's being attacked. Joe meets up with Jim in hopes of getting him to be on his podcast. He meets Jim at a cooking class, and Joe's like, man, why are we here? And Jim was like, well, we're here because I feel like I've never cooked for Chrissy, so I'm trying to learn how to cook so that I can cook for her. You know, he says he's trying to keep things spicy in their relationship. He's trying to keep the spice in their relationship. He said that he's doing this for Chrissy because he's been busy working. But Joe said, you know, even though you feel like you've been working, to Chrissy or to a woman, it's like that you have been abandoning them. And I was like, I don't know how I feel about that, because I was like, I don't know if it's necessarily abandonment, but sometimes I can say as a woman, sometimes if I'm not getting the attention that I want, I do kind of feel like, not abandoned, but I feel like you're just not giving me what I need type thing, I guess. I guess that is kind of like abandonment in a way, I guess. Joe says that he's trying to actually work things out with Sin. He said his only concern is his son and the mother of his child, and trying to fix things with the mother of his child, and everything and everyone else does not matter. I wonder if he told Tahiry that. So in the end, they cook or whatever, and he gets Jim to agree to go onto his podcast. Fresher pulls up to Jen's house to talk, but Jen is not with it. Jen won't let him come in the house. Jen is like, no, we can speak outside, just back up, you're not coming in. So Jen is not with the bullshit, and she gets straight to the point. I want to know what about this Jada chick again. Like, I just, you know. So she basically tells him that she met up with Jada, and the things that Jada told her, she wants to clear up with him. And so he's like, you met up with Jada, and she's like, yeah. And it seems like he shook a little bit, and in the confessional, he did say he was shocked. I was shocked that she met up with Jada. Like, I don't understand why he plays these games with Jen, because he already know Jen is thorough, and Jen is gonna pull pull out any guns that she needs to pull out to get the answers that she wants. So I don't even know why Fresher is playing with Jen. He better find him something safe to do, okay? Because Jen is not playing with his ass, and Jen seems like she a little violent. So he better get it together. So she asked him if he owed her the $60,000 and what type of relationship that they had. He said that he doesn't owe her any money, that she's lying. And she asked him if he told her that Jen asked Fresher if he told Jada that he loved her, and he just like kind of evaded the question for a little while. Then he was like, no, I never told her that. She's lying. I never told her that I loved her. I never told her we were in a relationship, and she's like, I want to know. She's like, I want to know right now. He's like, man, watch your hands. You lying. Tell me the truth. And I'm just like, bro, she need to stop. Like, she doing too much. And like, your kids gonna see this. Like, don't do that. But she just, I just think like she's emotional. It's been 20 plus years she been messing with this man, and he's like, they good for a little while, then he cheat on her, and I think like she's just tired of the foolishness, bro. Like, nobody ain't got time for that. Nobody has time for the foolishness. So eventually he tell her no about the whole Jada situation, but I know he's lying. We all know he's lying, and security had to step in because Jill was about to beat that ass. And so Sin, they do this whole slow motion. You know how Love and Hip Hop do. They so extra with it, okay? And they change Sin from a black and white scene to a colored scene, and she's in the kitchen cooking it up. Oh, I love to cook for that, dress up in my lingerie and light some candles and cook for that special someone. And she's like, Poppy, come eat. And lo and behold, who pops up? I'm sorry, y'all, that was disgusting. Who pops up in her kitchen besides Jonathan? And I'm like, really? I mean, I know Sin is not trying to move on from Joe yet, but I wouldn't expect her to to have Jonathan in the back, and he comes out in his pajamas. I'm sorry, I was trying to get something to clean my nose. Like, well, yes, I'm missing a nail because I'm taking them off. Don't mind my raggediness right now. I still don't even feel good. But anyways, so then Jonathan, they start talking about the wedding, and he tells her about his encounter with Tahiry, and Sin asks Jonathan to do a reenactment of how Joe acted at the wedding. And when I tell you, Jonathan was almost like dead on to Joe, and how Joe reacted to the situation, and basically telling everybody that he and Sin should not be anyone's concerns, and they should mind their own business. She went and got the man a hat like Joe wears and everything, and I'm just like, y'all play too much. So the whole scene is just hilarious, and Sin is like, she does not care about Tahiry, but she doesn't respect her as a woman. I forgot exactly what was her reasoning or whatever, but I know it had something to do with the whole Joe Erika situation, but I don't remember exactly what she was saying. Jonathan tells her that Erika invited both of them to her birthday party. She invited Jonathan, but she extended the invitation to Sin, so she invited both of them. Fresher goes to meet with Safari. No, let me back up. Tahiry has gone to go she's sharing with us that she has gone to go have a mammogram, and that mammogram came back abnormal. She doesn't know how to feel about it. She's upset, and understandably so, because I need something. Understandably so that she's upset, because what woman wouldn't be upset if they found out that their mammogram was abnormal and they might possibly, have breast cancer? That's a scary feeling, and that's something that no woman should have to go through. Like, I know that cancer is common, and we're gonna have like, women have cancer scares, and women possibly have cancer. But I just feel for her, and I feel like that's something that she shouldn't have to deal with. Like, cancer sucks, and I know that we have cures for these diseases, and people are just suffering for no reason because it's all a money thing, and it sucks. So that's all I gotta say about that, and I'm just praying for Tahiry. Fresher goes to meet with Safari and Papoose at the barbershop. Fresher tells them about the whole thing with Jada. He tells her about the issues that he's having with Jen, and he says that he tells them about Jada, and he says that when he was fooling around with Jada, they were in different homes. Excuse me. So it's not like he was cheating on Jen because they were living separately. That's his excuse. That is what he tells the guys. And Papoose is just like, nah, brother, you gotta fix this. He said, Safari asked him, like, if he owed the girl the $70,000, and he was saying that he didn't owe her that much. And Safari was like, if I owe somebody that much, I would start selling my body right now so I could pay them off of them. Like, this dude, like, he don't have no filter. He don't know what to say out his mouth. Like, Safari, stop, okay? Like, we know you sold your Mandigo to a sex company and all of that, but you know good and damn well Erika ain't finna let you sell your body, okay? Erika will kill you dead before she allows you to sell your body. So Papoose just basically tells him that he needs to go talk to Jada, and he needs to get everything straightened out, and he needs to settle whatever issues that he has with Jada. He needs to get that taken care of. Then he needs to go to Jen if that's where he really wants to be, and he needs to be upfront with her. He needs to be upfront with both women and tell Jen that is where he wants to be and that he's gonna do right. But I don't know if Jen gonna take that, because I think Jen tired of him, honestly. Jim is putting his cooking lessons to the test, and he's cooking for Chrissy, and he looks real nice, real dapper till you get down to the shoes. It's like wah wah wah. He got on this nice little, dress up or whatever, and then when you get down to his shoes, he got on some house shoes. I'm like, really, Jimmy? You could put on some dress up shoes just for like maybe 10-15 minutes, play it for the camera. He is actually cooking this dinner for Chrissy, He says that he will do whatever he has to be with her. And then they're talking about everything that's been going on, how she's been feeling neglected and everything like that. And he says that he wants to get married. And Chrissy says that it doesn't matter if they're married anymore. She's like, they've been together so long, like, marriage won't change anything. And she knows people who get married and are divorced within a year. She was like, if it's not broke, don't fix it, because they're already they're happy where they are. And Jim is like, well, I want to marry you. I know I know that you changed how you feel about it, but I want to do it. So let's just do it. And Chrissy's just like, so before it was Jim who didn't want to get married, and it was Chrissy who was trying to pressure him to get married. Now it's Chrissy who doesn't want to get married, and Jim is kind of trying to pressure her to get married. So it's like the tables have turned. And I don't know, because when a woman says that she really don't want to get married, she probably more than likely ain't gonna get married. Because that's like almost, not all women, but a lot of women, that's one of their dreams, is to get married. And once a woman is like, I don't want to get married no more, like, it's a wrap. Fresher meets with Jada. Jada is in the studio and he goes there to talk to her. Um, to ask her about what happened with Jen. Fresher starts to tell, no, she says that she starts listing all of the things that Fresher has bought. So it's kind of like she's keeping tabs on him, I guess. But hell, if somebody owed me $60,000, I'd probably be keeping tabs on their ass too. But she said that basically that he's been living it up, buying these expensive cars and this and that and the other, and she just wants her money. And she goes listing all the things that she paid for, that she shouldn't have paid for. How is it was a waste of money. And he basically admitted that some of the things that he had her pay for, he screwed up and he didn't do things the right way. So he did admit that he messed up. So then she was like, they started talking and she was like, she said that she lost way more than the $40,000. And he said that they took things further than they should have. They were having sex and they should not have been having sex. And so she's like, is that it? Is that all? Is that all it was? It was just sex for you? And I'm like, girl, stop. Okay, don't embarrass yourself. Don't do that. But he admits, he said, yeah, we were in love. And I said, hold up, pause. Y'all was in love. So if y'all was in love, what was going on? How you end up back with Jen? Like, if you was really in love with Jada, then what happened that you ended up back with Jen? But I don't know, because at the same time, men always go back to Old Faithful. Always. Like, that one person that they know, no matter what, is gonna always be there. Always be there. So I'm not surprised that he went back to Jen. But he basically told Jada that he's sorry for what he did to her and how he handled things, and that can they settle on an amount. And she said the only thing that she's settling for is $40,000. And he apologized to her, and he told her that at one point he was in love with her, but now he wants to be with Jen. And that was the end of it. Of that situation. So I think now that she has her closure and he says he's going to give her money, now that they can move on from the situation. Erika and Safaree arrive at Erika's party, and let me just say, Safaree, you was dead ass wrong. Okay, why is this Erika's party and most of the pictures that are up are of you? Like, this man is full of himself. Erika, I don't know if she's upset or if she's emotional or it's a little bit of both, but she starts to cry. Like, I guess she's hormonal from the pregnancy, and she probably was mad at his ass at the same time too. But she starts to cry. When she realizes that Safaree has pretty much turned his party into her party. Hence the title, whose party is it anyway? Is it Erika's party or is it Safaree's party? So to make it up to her, he gets on stage and he starts to serenade her. And let me just say, I am glad that Safaree raps and does not sing, because he sounds like a wet cat. Okay? He did not sound good at all. And I love Safaree, but that singing, no, honey, had to go. And he also gave her a puppy for her birthday, which was a cute little puppy. Jonathan shows up to the party, and Yanni makes a Tahiry and Yandy are talking, and Yandy makes a comment, and Tahiry took offense to the comment. She became very defensive, and Yandy said, "Yo, I just was joking. It's not that serious. It was a joke," and she's like, she tells them that she's celibate, and then she says, like, you know, she could go back to an ex, she could dip back not to be celibate, but she doesn't want to do that. I don't know if she was referring to Joe. I don't know what the point of that was, but I just, at this point, I don't know how to take Tahiry right now. I think, in my opinion, she's upset about her diagnosis, and she doesn't know how to handle it. So she's lashing out at people because the way she's acting, and everyone is saying, like, this is out of character for her. This is out of character for her. And I'm like, yeah, like, this is not the Tahiry that I know, that I've grown to know over the television. Not personally, but still. So yet, Yandy says that she is glad. Sin walks over, and Yandy says that she is glad that Sin and Erika were able to work out their differences, and that they're getting along. Tahiry is talking, but the way she's talking is like she's not making sense. It's like she's talking in circles. I think she's trying to make amends with Sin, but it's not going so well. It's not. So Tahiry, you know, she ends up losing it and flying off the handle and starts yelling and everything like that. Her and Jonathan got into it. She called Jonathan stupid. I'ma eat that, okay? I'ma take the L on the stupid, because if we start name calling, I'm gonna hurt your feelings. You could do what you need, what you feel you need to do. You, honey, you not hurting my feelings, or whatever she said. Like, she was really flying off the handle, and they ended the episode right there. Like always, when the drama is at a height, they gotta be like, all right, we done. But anyways, that is all for this episode of Love and Hip Hop New York. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And remember that if no one else tells you that they love you, Arsharae loves you. Love you guys. Bye.